What is outstanding share count? In simple terms, outstanding share count is the total number of shares that have been issued by a company. As an example, if I have a company right here called Oil Pipeline Company, where this one single piece of paper represents 100% ownership of the company, this represents one outstanding share, a share that is for 100% of the company. So there's one total shares outstanding for Oil Pipeline Company. Now, if I wanted to sell half of the company to you, and I would keep 50% and you would have 50%, what I could do is split the total shares in half. Now we would have 2 shares of Oil Pipeline Company. Each share represents 50% of the company. You own one, I own the other. There are 2 total outstanding shares of the company. Let's say, for example, now each of us, the 2 of us, we want to transfer half of our share ownership to our spouses and keep the other half for ourselves, of course. What we could then do again is split the company shares, multiply them by 2. So the 50% of the company that you own is now split in 2. The 50% of the company that I own is now split in 2. There are now 4 total shares outstanding for an outstanding total share count of 4 for this Oil Pipeline Company. Each share represents 25% of the company because the ownership percentage gets chopped up evenly, divided out by the outstanding share count. We'll take it one step further and say, let's say each of us and our spouses, we each have families of 2 children, and we want to split our shares and share them evenly with our children. So now your shares go from there being 2. Now your shares have been split, so there are now 4. These 4 shares are distributed between you, your spouse, and your 2 children. And my 2 shares are also split into 4 for my family too. So that means that there are now 4 shares on your side, 4 shares on my side. Your family owns 50%, my family owns 50%, but there are 8 total shares outstanding. Each share representing 12.5%, I believe, of the company. So we could do this continuously, where we continue to expand the share count, causing the outstanding share count to grow. So in simple terms, the outstanding share count for a company is a representation of the total number of shares that have been issued. Now, if we just take it one step further, and let's say that we wanted to split the shares up into very tiny pieces and sell them all to our friends and extended family members, and each share became very, very tiny. Out of that single piece of paper that we started with, each share became this small. We might say that that single piece of paper could be chopped up into about, let's say, 1,000 little squares of this size. So that would mean that there'd be 1,000 total shares outstanding. Now, you might be thinking, if I'm looking at a company on the stock market, where do I find the outstanding share count? In the next video, I'll talk about that, where to find the outstanding share count.